Okay, thank you. So should we start? I mean, first of all, who will tell the ground rules about the meeting?
I'll be telling, sir.
Okay, please go ahead with the ground rules, and thereafter we will start the this
Sure,
interaction.
sure, sir, sure. So, for the conduct of this particular live webinar, all participants will be putting their questions in the chat box, and I'll be reading it for the query and for the answer to the expert, Puri sir. And if you have any other query other than the normal questions, which may take some time, so that you can send it to me via personal chat. I'll be in touch with sir and I'll be replying accordingly. Okay. So I'm starting with the welcome note. Sir, I have made you presenter. I think if you open it, you will see that sharing option if you wish to share anything, sir. You are presenter, Puri, sir.
Okay, I will present. Okay,
Okay.
two, 1 minute. How I will share? Nobody now, because today is the World AIDS Day. First of
Yeah.
all, happy World AIDS Day to all the participants, all those who have joined, and thanks for joining this interaction. A very good morning to all the faculty members, all my respected faculty members, those who have joined this platform, and uh, मेरे
Sir, I'm
प्यारे
just
प्यारे
starting with. जी.
मेरे प्यारे स्टूडेंट्स को प्यार भरा नमस्कार. So
Sir,
World AIDS
I'm
Day
just
की
starting with your introduction, sir.
okay.
A very warm welcome and good morning to all present in this live webinar on sensitization on HIV/AIDS on World AIDS Day. The purpose of conducting this live webinar on such an important issue is to spread awareness on HIV/AIDS among people in the society. And to get this job simplified, today we have respected Dr. Anup Kumar Puri sir, the Deputy Director General of National AIDS Control Organization, NACO, New Delhi. Dr. A.K. Puri joined the NACO in year 2018. Prior to joining NACO, Dr. Puri has served in All India Institute of Hygiene and Public Health, CHEB, leprosy, and as a teaching faculty in medical college. He has 33 years rich experience in public health. Let me just brief you about NACO, and the rest of things would be told by Puri sir. The National AIDS Control Organization is a division of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. It was established in the year 1992 after 8-9 years when we found first case of HIV in mid 80s in India, and with a very clear kind of goal that is of NACO, that is zero new infection, zero AIDS related deaths, and zero discrimination. So on behalf of Bharati Vidyapeeth University, Institute of Management and Research, New Delhi, I take this opportunity to welcome you, sir, and request you to kindly enlighten us on this particular topic, which is very important. Welcome, sir.
So at the outset, there are certain problems, as you know, that we are not well versed with the sharing of the PPT. I have asked somebody to help me out on this. So he's coming in the moment. Meanwhile, I'll give you the background about this HIV and AIDS program. HIV and AIDS, the background you have already given. It looks like that Dr. Nitish has got a lot of idea about the HIV and AIDS. As he has said, that first case of 19 was seen in the 1986 in India. Otherwise, all over the world, it was in 83. And India, it is not a disease in the common population. It is in the high risk group only. These high risk group, we need to find out who are the high risk group. These high risk groups are female sex worker, they are transgenders, they are men having sex with the men, they are injecting drug users. These are the 4 high risk group. Besides that, this is one, there is one bridge population also. Bridge population, as the name suggests, is this, it acts as a bridge between the high risk group and the low risk group. They are truckers, means truck drivers and their helpers, and the their what you call the migrant, long distance migrant labor. They are living away from their family, and they may have their chances are there that they may be having sexual contact with the female sex worker. Even truckers are also on long distance. Truck drivers are also on the way. They are also having such kind of encounter they might have. So we need to sensitize the today's adults, because nowadays our young population has become very they are having they are develop new things. One problem with the adult population is that they want to take the chances. They are learning many things, but many things they don't have complete knowledge about that thing. So as a result of that, ultimately they become prone to these kind of diseases. The HIV/AIDS is the disease, infection which can be prevented easily. How it can be prevented? We can, I wanted to give, there is one thing which is very important for all the youngsters. That is, they have to follow. That is ABC. What is ABC of HIV and AIDS? Every youngsters, they know. Acha, before telling them about the ABC, I would like to tell them about the mode of transmission. Mode of transmission of HIV and AIDS is, it can be by the sexual contact, unprotected sexual contact. In the anal sex, in the vaginal sex, it is chances are comparatively less, whereas in the anal sex it is more. Reason being, in the anal sex it is the chances of ulceration is their friction is also there. So these things are very important. So and besides that, and that is why it is more common in the MSM, men having sex with a men, because over there the anal sex is seen. Even in the transgender, the chances of infection is comparatively more. And because anal sex is, wherever there is anal sex, chances are comparatively more. So in addition to that, it is also seen in the injecting drug users. Drug users, what is their habit is that they are using each other needles and syringes, and that not only each other syringes, but that is also without autoclaving, without cleaning also. So as a result of that, the chances of infection increases in that also. So please, they have to be careful about that also. It is about only the adult population, young adult, they will think that how come we are prone to this? But many of the young adults are going for they are being attracted towards drugs. Initially, this under the peer pressure, they start drug addiction. And later on, the IV drugs are also used, and later on some of them might even use the common syringes and drug as a common needle and syringes. As a result of that, chances of infection might increase. If I have injected from the same injection, that you may also get this thing. Okay, so it is getting late. If somebody from your end can help me, I can this thing. It will be in a. I am going haywire because which topic will come should come first. That is not coming. Flow is not coming the way it should have come. So because anyway, I will try how to share this thing. Anybody can help me from your end?
Sir, it is on the right side. You can see just adjacent to that microphone button, you will see that sharing option.
Okay,
Just on clicking on
microphone
it.
open,
Okay.
and thereafter
You click on it. Then
I have clicked on.
you will see a screen.
I will see a screen. Screen.
Yeah. Just click on it.
I have clicked on it.
Yes. We can see now your desktop. Now please
Yes,
open your that particular slide.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you have taught me new thing. I knew. So this is now this. It is opening. It will be shared on the MS on the Teams.
Yes, it is opening now. PowerPoint slide, sir.
Yeah. Meanwhile, without wasting time, yeah, it is now. It has opened. Sorry for the glitches. Sorry for the delay.
No problem, sir. No problem.
As I have told you that it is a World AIDS Day, and we are ourselves we are preparing. So I was busy elsewhere. So anyway, so let us start with the presentation, and thereafter I will come to ABC of HIV/AIDS, and there are myths and misconceptions are also there. So I would like to say, tell you about those things also. Youth have got important role in the prevention of HIV. They first of all, they can transmission of HIV in themselves by having the actual knowledge about it, and later on, and besides that, they can also tell their peer groups, their families about, and they can have the. We are having 12,546 red ribbon clubs in which the youth are active members, and they are helping us in that platform is utilized for transmission of the knowledge. So that is it. So youth has they have got a lot of role, and I would request the Bharati Vidyapeeth to join us, the National AIDS Control Program, for this thing, for our program. I mean for information, education, and communication, and the youth they are very vibrant. They can, if they are given a right path, they can do anything. But if they are directionless, they will be self-destructive. That is the thing. That is, I feel, if I'm not, as a youth, when I was there, when I used to get the directions by somebody, I used to do many things. But when I was directionless, I used to become self-destructive. So that is it. So let us come to this. This is the background of HIV and AIDS. Many things you may not like to know, and it may not be of your concern. This is just a background. Okay. Next, this is a route of transmission of HIV. This is important and interesting slide. You would in your pie diagram, you would see that the parent to the majority of the infection, if we say, it is 86% of the infection is by the heterosexual route, between one sex to another sex. I mean, between men and women, because that is the most common sex and the most common way of having the sexual interaction. Whereas the homosexual route is only 2%, but chances are comparatively manifold in the homosexual. It should not be taken other way around. Chances in the homosexual is much more as compared to the heterosexual. But because the majority of the people are doing their homosexual, there are very few homosexual people, so chances are comparatively, the number is comparatively less. Similarly, the needle and syringes, because it is a route which is very effective, most effective route, and the maximum most effective, even beyond that, is the most efficient is the blood and blood products and tissue, etc., transplantation. But nowadays that is very minuscule. It is reduced to almost zero, because way back in 15 years, if we say 20 or 15 years, it used to be 15%, but now it is reduced to fraction of a and because we are following the stringent in various hospitals, the stringent guidelines are there, and before the blood is given to somebody, so at that time the testing is done, proper testing is done. So that is it. So this is the, you may not be interested much about it. So this is these are verticals of our program. So these are certain targets. I think, not of the interest of our youngsters and even the professors, but I will give just a passing reference. I'll give that by 2030, somebody is, Dr. Nitish, somebody, I think there is some background voice. Ground rule, there was one ground rule that everybody will be muted till and as and when they have to ask the question, they will ask question one by one, because otherwise there'll be echo. So that will be my request to all the participants, audience, to that please mute themselves. Thank you. So in 2030, there was we have to achieve the end of the epidemic as a public health threat. So, and in 2025, we have to reduce it to 80%, the transmission by 80%, and our baseline is 2010. Based on the baseline of 2010, it has to be reduced to 80%, and we have to have a universal access to sexually transmitted infection or reproductive tract infection services at risk and vulnerable population. Similarly, 95, 95, 95, it is a very important jargon, but it is means the those who are actually, it is the HIV is the only program, HIV National AIDS Control Program is the only program wherein we are estimating the number of cases who are living with HIV. So based on that, out of that, how many of them are actually reporting? At present, the figure stands somewhere in 79%. But our aim is that it should reach by 2025, it should reach 95%. Similarly, those who are diagnosed, they should be on the antiviral therapy. even that figure is not very comfortable. We are, and similarly, those who are I mean, on antiviral, they should be suppressed, virally suppressed, so that they should not transmit to others. If they themselves become virally suppressed, they cannot transmit disease to others. That is for sure. Because if you are, this is undetectable means untransmissible, means it is known as U is equal to U, means if you are a case of HIV and you are virally suppressed, that is your virus level, number of virus are less than 1000 per copy in the 1 ml. So in that will be your criteria. So you cannot transmit the infection. That is the thing. So these are certain things which are important, but not for the university student, or if anybody can go through the want to go through the data, they can. India is second largest number of PLHIV. South Africa being the first. Okay, then you have to see here the India is largest in many things, many diseases, because the large population, that is the thing. And besides that, we are reporting each and every case. That is also most important. Some of the countries are not reporting. We can proudly say that we are reporting every case, and that is why we are considered to be the largest number of PLHIV country. Pregnant, the most common, in fact, this thing is, it is, you can see that the percentage, if you can see, chances of infection if we go by record of 2017, is 6.26%. If somebody is injecting, if he is injecting drugs users, his chances of getting infected become that much. Similarly, so this will show the, I mean, how many percentage of them are infected, how many percentage of hijras and transgender populations are infected, how many of men having sex with the men are having infected, how many inmates of jail are infected, because you can see in the crowded environment in the jail, etc. Although prison authorities say that there is nothing of that sort is happening, but those kind of activities are also happening over there. And in the female sex worker, it is 1.56. It is much less than these HRG group. Reason being that nowadays female sex workers are using condoms. They know that they can. How can they prevent the HIV? Okay. It is not moving. What happened? It is, yes. This is just a overview of concentration of our prevalence, where we are more prevalent, where we are less prevalent. So in these states, we are more prevalent, where the red mark, you can say more than 1%. So, okay. These are the districts where we can, okay. So these are the targeted intervention sites. Number is given, where we are doing a targeted intervention for our high risk group. As I have already told that high risk groups, there are so many high risk groups. Besides, this is more important, is that there are 34,200 counseling and testing facilities. if somebody is having any doubt that he has done something, some risky behavior, he can go and get himself or herself tested over there. His identity will not be disclosed. It has to be kept confidential as per our direction and as per the acts, HIV and AIDS acts also, and as per the guidelines also. It has to be, that is your mandate. That is your right. That is your right, and it is the mandate of the person who is giving you the service. So one should go there. Huh?
Respected sir, sharing is stopped, sir.
I'm not getting you.
We are not able to see your screen.
You are not able to see the screen.
Yeah, I think you have to stop and then start sharing once again.
Dobara se, again, I will stop it, close everything. Okay, sorry,
No,
there are.
Only the sharing part.
Huh?
Only the sharing, sir. Already that slide is there on your screen.
It is not being shared now.
We are not able to see it, sir.
So, अभी शुरू से भी नहीं दिखी.
नहीं,
right from the. अच्छा, अभी ये
इस
स्लाइड के बाद नहीं थी.
जी.
अभी दिख रही है, अभी भी नहीं दिख रही. ओके, एक मिनट यार, यही तो. Now it is visible.
No, sir.
So should I close it and then open it again? No, 1 minute.
You have to go in that sharing option only once again.
Okay. Open the sharing tray.
Yeah.
Now
click on that screen.
Now it is being shared.
Yes, we can see it, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So should I make it full screen? Because after making the full screen, I think something gone wrong. Or let it go like this.
No problem, sir. No problem, sir.
Okay. No, but I am not able to move. Okay, I will. Okay, these are just our prevalence, where we are more prevalent. These are the places where the HIV is more prevalent, and these are the places where it is. If you count by size, number, if you go by, this is the prevalence, means percentage per population wise percentage, which is given in this legend, whereas this shows the number. Wherever the number is very high comparatively, number is more than 5,000 in a particular district, so that is being shown as red. Okay, so these are our services. Targeted intervention is not of your interest. The only interesting thing is out here is that there are more than 34,200 counseling and testing facilities, where if somebody thinks that he has done some risky behavior, he will go there without any fear, because his identity will not be disclosed. The counselor or the LT will not disclose his or her identity, and if and they are punishable if they are doing this. It is their mandate to keep your identity under wrap, and it kept confidential. It is kept confidential. That is for sure. So whenever, first of all, risky behavior, one should not go for the risky behavior. But if somebody has done it, please get yourself tested. That is my request to all the youngsters. If somebody has done, or their peer group has done, they themselves might not have done, but their peer groups have done. And these are the number of ART centers and link ART centers where the services, our medicine is available free of cost. Those who are infected, for them. And so this is the number of Suraksha Clinic 1,253 Suraksha Clinic, where the STI and RTI medicines and counseling are available free of cost. Okay, next is targeted intervention. These are I've already explained these. These are the certain kind of I mean the high risk group and the bridge population. I have already explained you. So that is it. So these are our IC material, information, education, and communication material of the IC. You people know the right age to cast vote, but do you really know your HIV status? Everybody knows. If I will ask somebody what is the right age to cast vote, everybody will say yes, I know. But do they know their HIV status? I'm not saying for masses, for everybody. I'm telling only for those who are into a risky behavior. Only they should get themselves checked. I've seen people committing suicide without they are having so much of mental tension. So better get themselves tested, or otherwise don't go for risky behavior. That is the thing, and I will speak on that also. That is my favorite. Okay, so this is elimination of mother to child transmission, because this is also one of the mode of transmission of HIV, vertical transmission. 5% of this thing is children are getting infected. I mean, now of the total, 5% are through the vertical transmission from mother to child. So infected mothers, uninfected mothers, if they are there, then we have to take the primary prevention, that we have to give them complete knowledge about the HIV. How can they prevent themselves? If they are infected, then their unintended pregnancy should be prevented, and or unprecedented, until it can be prevented. And if they are pregnant, then we have to put them on medicine, ART. And if they have given birth to the child, we have to take care of mother and child both. So that's it. So this shows the your ART. I mean, those who were not on ART before that, what is the status of person, and after taking HIV, this lady was infected with HIV, and before taking HIV, she was like this, under the mental tension, emaciated, but now she has gained weight comparatively, and she is full of life. So if somebody is suffering from HIV, know your status, please come forward for the treatment. Nobody can disclose your identity. So these are all again some of the our IC material. So you cannot be discriminated at your, if you are HIV positive person, you can't be discriminated in your workplace. You cannot be discriminated. Your HIV testing will be done under the confidential condition, elimination of mother to child transmission. Then this mother and father of a youngster, they are talking to him. He is leaving the home for the first time, going to hostel. And they are hesitating in disclosing that how to take care of yourself. They are having tension that probably the kid might get involved in extra premarital affair or something like that. But they are not ready to discuss with him that what is the importance of condom, and if at all he is involved in it, if he is involved in premarital sex. Otherwise, if one can keep the abstinence, that is very good. That is the best thing. Okay, but then if you cannot, then go for condom. Then voluntary blood donation, the condom promotion, it is always our frontline thing. But no, okay, this I'm not going to disclose. What now I, with the help of now I will speak one thing about the mode of transmission of HIV. Before that, after that, I want to open for the question from audience one by one, if possible. Mode of transmission, as you can see, I mean, whatever I have discussed till now, and mode of transmissions are either sexual, either by the homosexual or heterosexual. One, that is the mode of transmission. Other is by blood transfusion or organ, this thing also. From one person who is infected, if he donates organ, but that chances are very rare, as I've already mentioned, because stringent guidelines are there to prevent that, and it is reduced to almost 0%. And besides this, injecting drug users, or in fact contaminated needles and syringes, if needles are used, then also it can happen. There is a very little chance that it can also happen in the breastfeeding. That is a very little chance, but that can be prevented when a mother who is HIV infected and we put her on ART, then the chances become zero, almost zero. And in India, we otherwise also promote breastfeeding. That's why it is best not to speak against the breastfeeding. So it is because India is a poor country. So it is better to put the HIV infected female on ART and link her with the care, support and treatment of HIV. Besides this, there is, the vertical transmission is one of the mode of transmission. And now I want to open the house about what are the different causes of the HIV. I will share with you now. So tell me, if you are living with somebody in the same home, is it possible to get HIV from that person? If you are working with somebody, are you going to get HIV from that person? if you are traveling in the same vehicle, is it possible to get HIV from that person? If you are praying together, is it possible? If you are sitting at the side of for a long time, is it possible? Or non-infected children of the person living with HIV? I mean, if children are non-infected, but mother is infected or father is infected, is it possible to get infected from that person? By handshake, by hugs, by sharing food, drinks, mosquito or insect bite, social kisses, sharing of toilet. Anybody has got any doubt, please let me know. Please please share with me. If not now, end of the day, end of the session, I would be happy to interact with you. So, no, not this one. What is the ABC of HIV? I want to know about that. That interaction I want to have. Without that, I'm not going to show you the slide. A is for abstinence. I want question from your side. I mean, answer should come from if Nishit ji, how many of the students have joined us?
Sir, they are around 275.
Okay, wonderful. So anybody want to speak about A? Anybody says what can be A? A क्या होता है? ABC of HIV. Okay, we are running short of time. I will disclose it. A is for abstinence. Although, if say, should I reduce? I mean, it is a bad network. It is saying, am I visible? Should I put off my video? Or I hope there is no problem on other side.
I think there should not be any. Yes.
Okay. Sound quality is bad. It is showing there.
No, we can hear you.
Okay, fine. Okay, good. So A is for abstinence, but majority of the people will say that what kind of Deputy Director General is this man? What kind of man is this or officer is this who is promoting abstinence, and that too in this world? I'm not promoting abstinence. I'm saying few of our university students, they can and they know, they have to, they can do it. Abstinence doesn't mean that they remain Bal Brahmachari. They can at least maintain avoid premarital sex till the marriage. Okay, that abstinence they can maintain, but they can maintain abstinence. They can wait. Besides this, B is the mutual faithfulness of the sexual relationship. If there is a mutual faithfulness between the sexual partners, then there cannot be a transmission of HIV. If I am faithful to my wife and my wife is faithful to me, we cannot have a HIV infection. Suddenly I go, suppose suddenly at this age I go for HIV testing, she will be wondering why I am going for this. It doesn't, if she is faithful to me and I am also faithful, then chances of infection is not there. Not at all. But if somebody has done anything out of marriage, out of that faithful relation, then chances of getting infection is there. I mean, you deceive you don't want that your partner should receive, but your partner, uh, I mean, you can deceive. That is not the, that should not be the policy. It should be mutual understanding. That is very important. B is also equally important. And C is the correct and consistent use of condom as a safe sex practice. You cannot, I mean, you cannot say that today I don't feel like using it. If you are habitual of doing it, if you are habitual of having sex, premarital, extramarital, plus, minus, what kind, you don't have limits. So please go for it. Please use it and use it always. There is no excuse. Please use. That is very important. This slide is most important. My dear friends, uh, your father will not guide you on this. Your mother will also not guide the ladies, my dear ladies, my dear boys. But I'm also your fatherly figure, but I'm discussing it with you because I'm not sitting as a father. Right now, I'm sitting as a program director. That's why I'm able to discuss it with you. So these things are very, very important. You know what is your nature. Don't come under the peer pressure. If you are there, you are a person who maintains abstinence. If you are the person who's uh, I mean, in a family, this kind of behavior is not accepted. So maintain abstinence. Or if you don't want to follow them, then go for condom. Otherwise, you have a sexual partner who is faithful to you, and you should also become faithful to her. Chances of infection, and not only HIV infection, but hepatitis B, hepatitis C, other STI and RTI, that is also will be zero, because these are the route of transmission is same in all the cases. So I request all my boys and girls, all the university students, please follow this method, and I will be happy to interact with you personally on, I mean, in my office. Nishit ji told me that he will be coming with few of the university students. So I want that at least 30 or 40 red ribbon clubs should be, I would, that is my hope, that we will be able to form red ribbon club next year. This year is going, so in this year we will not be able to do that, but next year we have to bring the number from 12,546 to at least 12,600 from Bharatiya Vidyapeeth. So your job as a youth is to know about the disease, prevent infection, and do not transmit, and not only not transmitting, but pass the information to your peer group. That is very important. My dear friend, you will be doing a great job for your society, for country, if you will join Red Ribbon Club. And as a Red Ribbon Club, if you do this thing, I mean, it will be you will like it. So besides this Red Ribbon Clubs, we are having an adolescent education program also, which is at the school level, where with the help with the NCERT and with the state board, also state bodies, state जो भी NCERT होता है उसके parallel जो SCRT. So that is, there are 48,440. Yeah. Some background, okay. Thank you. 48,448 schools are there in the country, wherein these adolescent education programs are there. But in number of schools, if you go by the number of school, it is only minuscule. I think we can further expand it. If school students are not linked, have not joined, I think, but you can always pass on the message to your younger brother and sister. We have to expand even that. And those who are out of school youth, for them we are having through the Nehru Yuva Kendra, we are giving them this information and doing their behavior change. So that is it. And so this is the one which is most important. How you can help us, how you can help your country, and how you can join our program. You can join our Red Ribbon clubs. Help us in removing stigma and discrimination. That is very important. The person living with HIV, or for that matter, I would say that anybody who is suffering from XYZ, any disease. Earlier, I was in leprosy. That was also a very highly stigmatized disease. Now I am in a program officer of HIV. This is also, I mean, the person living with HIV are facing a lot of stigma. But why there should be a stigma? Anybody can suffer from HIV. You can say that, and now, I mean, like, chances are many of the boys who are, or girls, they got infected from their mothers. Many ladies got infected from their husbands who were visiting female sex workers. Those who were truckers, and the ladies were, poor lady was not even knowing what has happened. At the time of pregnancy, she came to know. So, no, but that is not the question. Question out here is, even if knowingly I have gone to female sex worker and I got infected, even then I should not be discriminated. Although chances are there that one can get it, innocent people are also getting it, but then based on your HIV status, you should not discriminate with them. That is ours. We should find out good things in others, good quality in others. That is how we can remove stigma and discrimination. So, dear friends, dear faculty members, it is my request that wherever, whenever, in whichever walk of the life you find any person living with HIV, please don't discriminate with them. It is a very important and serious issue. They are facing a lot of discrimination. So if there is a discrimination, there is one more reason why I should say that if there is a discrimination, they will not come forward for the treatment and they will keep on transmitting disease to others. So if we will discriminate with them, the chances of managing the disease or chances of achieving the target will become very, very. And if we remove this stigma and discrimination, we will be able to achieve much earlier. I'm very sure about it. We can, I mean, as a university student and college student, you can help us in spreading the positive attitude. Talk with your peer groups and create an acceptable environment for people living with HIV. Contact your nearest ICTC and get tested. Whosoever has done a risky behavior, contact ICTC and get them tested in the ICTC, and you can have a NACO AIDS app also. You can get the information, and on this app your own information will be kept confidential. So these are the Northeast media campaign, launch of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, Red Ribbon, Quiz Club. These are our special activity. Northeast Multimedia, which is a musical program which wherein we are doing wherein we are doing the IEC and behavior change communication. Launch of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, just like this is going on. This is the third phase of today is the opening of third phase of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Today is the World AIDS Day, and a Red Ribbon Quiz competition is also there. As if few of your colleges will join us, you will also be having the same. So this is very important. HIV and AIDS Prevention and Control Act 2017. It was passed in the Parliament in April 2017. Rules notified in September 2018. And you cannot, they cannot face, and they cannot be discriminated or stigmatized in the employment, educational, institutional, and healthcare services, their residing place, owning the property, renting the property, or taking property on rent, standing for the public or private office, and provision of insurance. So it is a ways and means to safeguard the rights of PLHIV and those affected by HIV. So you need to, be sensitive. This is also one of the reasons that one should be sensitive. Otherwise, it is not. There is not initially those who are not. The person against whom who has violated this act in any of these organizations, employment, the education institution or employment place or the work or healthcare setting or residential places or somewhere, there the person is, the initial action taken against him is not punitive. Initial action is against him is correctional only. He is sensitized about the act, and he is also given some job to do with the NGO, so that he should come to know, should become sensitive. And if he is violating again and again, then our act is also punitive. So it is all the more reason that why you should not be stigmatizing with person living with HIV. Okay. So this is the NACO helpline. This is 24/7 helpline, 365, working on all the days throughout the year. Trained counselors are sitting, and it is a toll-free number. And number you can see on the screen, 1097. Confidentiality and anonymity is also maintained over here. And over 38 calls have been received. Call support is 15 language. It is so it is very important if still you are having some doubt or one of your peer group, somebody is having doubt, one can call on this number also. So it is his or her confidentiality will be maintained. That is for sure. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And I would be happy to, answer any question now. House is open for the question. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have one question from Professor Y.P. Chawla, sir. And as he has mentioned in the chat box, you are having OSY. Is it included in the school curriculum?
OSY is can you tell me the full form?
Out of school youth.
Yes, it is a part of this. This out of school youth. It is our this thing through the Nehru Yuva Kendra. We are getting it done.
No, my question is it included in the school curriculum or not?
No. In school curriculum, we are getting it done through the NCERT, and that is not out of the school. That is called adolescent education. Yes, that program is adolescent education program, and that in that the chapter is also written, and that is the NCERT and SCERT. That chapter is written somewhere, and they are supposed to have an interaction with the children on that chapter. That is there.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And we have with us Dr. A.K. Srivastava, sir, and he wished to say one question to you, sir.
Okay, please.
नमस्कार सर.
नमस्कार.
सर एक क्वेश्चन ये है कि पहला केस जो है जो मैं जानकारी लिया कि 1981 में कांगो में आया 40 साल पहले.
बिल्कुल.
और अभी तक जो है अभी अगर पेंडेमिक 19 को देखें तो तुरंत वैक्सीन आ गई इसकी. क्या कोई वर्ल्ड वाइड जो है इस पे कोई वैक्सीनेशन का कोई रिसर्च है या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स है कि अभी तक कोई वैक्सीन नहीं आई इसके ऊपर?
ये आपका क्वेश्चन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आपने बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन पूछा है. देखिए, HIV एड्स के बारे में मैंने, क्योंकि ये यूनिवर्सिटी स्टूडेंट्स की इंटरेक्शन थी, मैंने इसलिए उतना ज्यादा डिटेल में नहीं बताया. HIV एड्स जो करता है, ये असल में ये ह्यूमन इम्यूनोडेफिशिएंसी वायरस है. तो ये इम्यून सिस्टम को की डेफिशिएंसी कर देता है ये, और ये इट लीड्स टू एक्वायर्ड इम्यून डेफिशिएंसी सिंड्रोम. मतलब आपके अंदर एक ऐसा सिंड्रोम क्रिएट करता है जो इम्यूनिटी डेफिशिएंस हो जाती है, जो अदरवाइज कुछ तो ऑटो इम्यून डिजीज होती है, लेकिन ये ऐसी डिजीज है जो एक्वायर्ड इम्यून डिजीज सिंड्रोम है. मतलब एक्वायर किया गया है उस डिजीज प्रोग्राम, जिसको भी इन्फेक्शन हुई है उसको वो एक्वायर करता है थ्रू दिस इन्फेक्शन. तो जब मेरा इम्यूनिटी सिस्टम ही डाउन हो जाता है और इसके अगेंस्ट वैक्सीन बनाना भी एक बहुत बड़ा एक चैलेंज होता है. उसके ऊपर काम तो हो रहा है, लेकिन वॉलंटियर मिलना वैक्सीन के ऊपर एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है. अब मतलब हर कोई भी वैक्सीन हो या कोई भी मेडिसिन हो, उसकी जो थर्ड स्टेज एंड फोर्थ स्टेज होती है, उसमें ह्यूमन वॉलंटियर आते हैं. पहले तो एनिमल वॉलंटियर के ऊपर ही किया जाता है, एनिमल स्पेसिमेंस के ऊपर ही किया जाता है, लेकिन बाद में उनके ऊपर करते हैं जो ह्यूमन वॉलंटियर्स होते हैं, जो फोर्थ स्टेज जो फाइनल स्टेज होती है. तो वो वॉलंटियर करने के लिए कोई भी वैक्सीन अगर एकदम अवेलेबल भी हो तो उसको और मार्केट करने से पहले और गो अहेड DCGI से या किसी भी और एजेंसी से गो अहेड लेने से पहले हमारे पास वो होना चाहिए ना कि पूरा वो, तो ये थोड़ा चैलेंज है। अदरवाइज उस पे काम चल रहा है,
थैंक यू
हो
सर।
सकता है काम तो चल रहा है उसके ऊपर, और इट इज वी आर वर्किंग ऑन दैट, बट दैट इज व्हाई द चैलेंज थोड़ा सा ज्यादा है इसके अंदर।
हाँ,
वो एक
क्योंकि सर 2020 में 6,80,000 डेथ हुई है HIV के वजह से। ये 2020 का डेटा है और
नहीं,
इस पे
वो
काम
तो
हो रहा है।
आपका
अच्छा,
इंडिया में इतनी डेथ नहीं हुई है।
नहीं नहीं,
इंडिया
ओवरऑल
मतलब
वर्ल्ड की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ।
हाँ हाँ,
हाँ, थैंक यू सर,
इंडिया
थैंक यू
में।
फॉर योर। हाँ,
थैंक यू।
Any other questions from students and other faculty colleagues? Okay. So I would be requesting Professor Dr. Yamini Agarwal ma'am, Director BBIMR, to say a few words. Over to you, ma'am.
A very good morning to everyone. Dr. Anup Kumar Puri, Shri YP Chawla ji, Dr. Srivastav, and my dear students. It is a pleasure for us to celebrate the World AIDS Day with Dr. Anup Kumar Puri and his address to our students, sensitizing the students about AIDS. A very important initiative, especially for the young minds who are venturing into life for tomorrow, who would see life for themselves in the new cultural paradigms that we have been seeing changing over and over again. Well, to be prepared for our lives tomorrow in a stream where we recognize that there are different avenues, there are different things that we deal with. We need to understand how we can protect ourselves and at the same time take care of the people who may have suffered because of some reason or the other. Well, I do understand that with AIDS, Dr. Anup Kumar Puri has given a very, a very simple yet very powerful presentation in explaining some important aspects which are there with respect to AIDS. Well, the nuances could be very difficult for one to give for especially the graduates that are there, because it is continues to be a subject which is a taboo subject, a difficult subject to be communicated, a very difficult subject to be sensitized about. But I think he began right from the beginning with things that I think we would like to talk about, we would like to understand, and somebody as a fatherly figure come and explain to us as to what they are and how do they affect us in life, and how should we be careful about our actions or our understanding of the life that is there. So I think we got very valuable insights. We understand the subject more now. What I would also request all the young students is to take everything in the right perspective and also create an enabling environment for those who have suffered and not to discriminate them in the society in any manner. As Dr. Puri mentioned, that the spread is not by sharing or by caring for each other. The means of the spread is very different. And through the ABC or the other methods, you can protect yourself. I again would like to thank our speaker, Dr. Puri, for giving us the valuable insights. We at Bharatiya Vidyapeeth extend our warmest thanks to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Sir, one of our student participant of MBA final year would like to say thanks. Yes, over to you, Asta.
A warm and graceful morning to our most valued honorable speaker of the day, Dr. Anup Kumar Puri, Dr. Y.P. Chawla, our director, Dr. Yamini Agarwal, Dr. Srivastav, and our respected faculty. It was a privilege to hear you speak and educate us about a topic like AIDS. I would like to propose a vote of thanks speech and acknowledge the contribution of the time and efforts put by our guest speaker and the teachers to make this session a successful one. As we are all aware that today's event aimed to sensitize students towards AIDS and to help us change our pre-notion stimuli towards the medical problem. People who suffer with HIV/AIDS not only have to live with the reality of having a life-threatening disease, in addition to that, they also have to deal with discriminating and stigmatizing behaviors from their environment. Even though the progress in both technology and medicine is rapid, patients seems to be missing this basic requirement. Communities seem unprepared and uneducated to smoothly integrate these people in their societies, letting the ignorance marginalize and isolate these patients. So on World AIDS Day, the best thing that could be done is changing our mindsets around the situation, which I hope was fortunately implemented with the help of the guidance provided by our esteemed speaker and our teachers. Now, to summarize the session, the discussion started off with segregating the population into high risk, like injecting drug users, sex workers, bridge groups, like truck drivers and migrant workers, and low risk groups. We were also educated by about the different routes of transmission, for instance, through blood, parent to child, needle syringes, unprotected anal sex, and the reasons behind it were also discussed. As rightly said by our speaker, the youth has the power to make it or break it. There are more than 12,500 Red Ribbon clubs spreading awareness about HIV disease and more than 34K counseling facilities where patients can take consultation anonymously. The PL HIV stats currently stand at almost 3.7 crores globally. However, the NACO's primarily aims to end the AIDS epidemic by 2030 while achieving the goal of 95 by 2025. That is 95% living with HIV know their status, are given antiretroviral therapy and have viral suppression. The importance of information, education, and communication about HIV plays a very vital role in overcoming discrimination and handling this medical situation. Dr. Puri also cleared the air about certain myths and misconceptions in our society that we hold due to the lack of improper knowledge. The ABC of HIV, which stands for abstinence by mutual faithfulness in sexual relationship, along with correct, consistent use of condom as a safer sex practice, were also a topic of prime discussion during this session. To conclude this session, I would like to thank you, sir, for being the catalyst that stimulated us to change our perspective towards this disease and instilling us with great sense of knowledge about the topic. With a deep sense of appreciation, I would also like to thank our college, our director, Dr. Yamini Agarwal, and the organizer, Dr. Nishit Mishra, for his untiring efforts of organizing this event. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. As
you so much,
rightly pointed out by ma'am and one of the student participants, and we'll be in touch with you, sir.
So I'll
I'll
be
be
looking
taking
forward.
an appointment
I
with your
was just-
permission, and I'll be visiting your office along with few students, and whatever another stage of awareness and something like that which is required for this program, we'll surely do in association with NACO. Thank you once again, sir, for your very valuable time.
I want to make one comment out
Yes,
here. Majority of those, I mean, your director, madam, your other people, Dr. VP Chawla, and from your side also, and the Thanksgiving, the MBA student who has given, they have got such an enormous knowledge of HIV. They have done their homework. Without doing the homework, they could not have gathered, although they were attentive. I'm happy that they were throughout the session, they were attentive, and she has summarized it so nicely that definitely other students might have also gathered some knowledge, and if they have gathered that knowledge, it will be very helpful, and it will be a cascading effect. It will go, from this from your Bharati Vidyapeeth to other universities also. And you will, I would request that at least 40 or 50 RSC should open through your colleges. That will be my request. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks. Over. You should be. Bye. Bye.
Good day.
Bye, sir. Good day.